Welcome in, my beautiful souls. This will be a collective read for my beautiful Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus in Gemini. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you to my old subscribers, new subscribers and anyone stopping by here today. Thank you so much. I hope you can see it. Oops. Okay, I'm not going to fiddle about with it. Otherwise, as long as you can actually see it, that's all that matters. There we go, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here. Right, welcome into my channel. My name is Sia. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me here today. Right, I will be going in with Oracle messages, Shadow, Tarot, and then we'll do Spirit messages and Angel numbers. Now, I know, if you have a look at the description box below, you will see that I've done the Neptune in Aries because we've had huge major transitions and shifts. Wow, the first card's out for my beautiful Geminis. Remember, these are timeless readings. It's for when you find them. So in February we've had the huge transformational shifts with the Uranus and obviously Neptune in Aries, which is a 14-year cycle, and that Uranus shift is an 8-year cycle. So you may be feeling this quite profoundly. You may feel there's a lot of change. Remember, on my description box below, there is that collective read I do, and I go in a bit deeper so that you can see where your boundaries, illusions and dreams, manifestations, in which house it affects. And again, thank you so much. And if you're interested, that's just on the description box below. Right, there are loads of new things coming through because look what's at the bottom of the deck. Blessings. I love that for you. Right, the first card out, we have discovery. This might be about your self-discovery, what you're discovering about yourself here today. And inheritance. This could be to do with family and divine timing. And also, this is the moon and the Jupiter. So you might want to look at your moon and Jupiter placements and see what sign it's in. That might be quite helpful. This is about duality and understanding and realizing what are you building for the future. There is some new blessings coming in. There's something about an opposition here. I'm not sure what that means. I'd have to look at your astrological chart. I do astrology and I do private readings. If anybody is interested, my email is in the description box below. Right, let's go in. For my beautiful Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus in Gemini, what do you need to know here today? This is about new horizons, fear that came out for somebody else here. This is that Neptunian energy and Aries energy, breaking away from illusions and fear. But the Aries is also talking about how sometimes fear and the attachment. So is there a fear of releasing and letting go, or have you already discovered that by releasing and letting go of any type of attachment to people, place or things has allowed you to do and believe in yourself to grow, and this growth has allowed you to recognize and realize about true building for the future. What are you building for the future? This is beautiful because you're facing your darkness here, and the only way to find the guiding light is through understanding where your attachments may be, and you're breaking away from those attachments. Sorry, I was just taking a sip of my tea. The other thing that's coming through very strongly here is the attachment of children or family or a belief or someone. That fear of breaking that attachment. You know, as a mother, if you are a mother watching, or a father, doesn't have to be, that divine attachment to children, you know, when is it time to let them go and let them discover themselves and discover the world? Is it time for you to do that? And it's also talking about yourself. Is it time for you to discover new ideas, adventures, new learning? This is all to do with divine timing. You're looking at things in a different way. The moon here reminds me of the fear and gaining clarity and deciding which path that is being illuminated for you is actually expanding with that Jupiter for you. Expansion, blessings. This is beautiful. Stein seems to be predominant here. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. It might just be for one person. I say certain things and things do come through. You're overcoming betrayal, hurt. The Emperor is reversed. Shouldn't be reversed because I just cleared these cards. But that is good. The Emperor being reversed. You might be dealing with a masculine energy, or you're embodying this reversed Emperor, which is telling me you're breaking away and you're fighting with your ego here. Oops, that went flying. I'm just going to grab those. Page of Cups and Three of Pentacles. Let's go in a bit deeper. Page of Cups. This is telling me it might be to do with children or the innocence or childhood. Three of Pentacles. Five of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Six of Wands. Some of my Geminis, the Fool, the Tower, may have felt like they were naive, taking a risk, and then a sudden realization, an epiphany has happened and taken place. You've had to retreat and take some time to yourself to allow yourself to recognize how far you've come, and the recognition comes from within. But you may feel like you're missing someone, or there's a bit of over drinking maybe, and missing someone to the point where you're drinking a lot. So be mindful of that. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Might just be for one particular individual. Now, Ten of Swords here is telling me that some of my Geminis have overcome a physical health issue or exhaustion, breaking away from feeling physically exhausted, or even feeling like rising above. Can you see she has risen above? No gender associated here, but I'm just saying the divine masculine, divine feminine energy that you're embodying here. You're rising above this suppressed feeling of conquer, authority, breaking a cycle here. And this is about children. You may have children, you may not have children, but this is about young, innocent, compassionate love. It's that freedom of expression, that young, youthful, naive affection here. Now, this might be to do with discovering how your inner child has been suppressed for years, and you're overcoming this and wanting to and willing to work together with others around you. And you may have been attached to a masculine energy that was, remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind, either physically abusing you, physically draining you, or creating exhaustion within your body from this. Children may have been affected in this. Now, the Three of Pentacles is telling me that if this is to do with a divine masculine or an authority organization, someone with structure, you're recovering from this devastation and recognizing that it was you who was willing to work in a community, work together as a team. If this is to do with work and finances, you're overcoming the struggles and recognizing that what wasn't working for you is now time to release and let that go. And the High Priestess here and the Six of Pentacles is all about give and take. And when this is about finances, it's about you knowing and using your intuition. All about this reading is about you using your intuition and discovering that your inner knowing has definitely been heightened here. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. All your wishes and dreams are coming true. Whatever you wish for are there, but you feel a little bit conflicted here. Now, I wonder why you're feeling conflicted. I want you to ask yourself, Is it because of this old attachment and fear to release and let go? You are willing, I mean, if this is to do with work and finances, there is people around you that are willing to work with you. However, this is about equal give and take. You want to be able to recognize those that are not giving equal give and take, and you know something deep down inside. And what you really know here is that your true happiness and what makes you happy is releasing and letting go of any old attachments that you've outgrown, and you're discovering that it was all fear-based. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Right, for your soul journey here, what do we have? We've got the first card out. And then I'm going to go in with spirit messages. And then we'll get a card there. The first card out is what boundaries need to be created or strengthened within any relationships or your relationships. So you're discovering this, that what's not making you happy is physically draining you, and you recognize this. You're breaking away from that illusion with that Neptunian energy here. You're breaking away from that illusion. Let's get you a angel message. Angel card. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And I'll read out your affirmations, and if you claim the positive, beautiful messages, don't forget to hit a like or a comment below. Right, let's go in with your soul journey. This is about your boundaries, and this could do with what you're building, and you're looking at things in a different way. If you look at 5-5 is 10, so we've actually ended the 9 cycle and you've moved into a newer cycle here. Right, let's have a look what this is about. Oh, there's a mantra and a soul action. So if you claim the mantra and the messages, don't forget to hit a like and comment below. Right, first is here, to create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires and feelings, and believe we are worthy of them in your self. So you need to recognize, and you're possibly breaking away, but it's bringing a little bit of anxiety, but you're realizing that childhood conditioning or behaviors may have influenced this. You might have a garden or a house, and I see someone decorating. I'm sorry, that message came through. I'm not sure what that was all about. But remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. It might be just for one person. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. Now, today's soul action for you here today. If you claim it, don't forget to drop a emoji. When we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. Then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you are an empath, you can still be compassionate toward others without taking on their stuff. It is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. That intuition card is just this. You might be intuitive, you might be empath, you have a deep knowing. You're building something from your heart chakra. You're breaking away from systems and confinement. Montfort, I don't know what that is, but it might make sense to someone. Now, your mantra for today is, I have everything I need within me. I'm going to read that again. Today's mantra, I have everything I need within me now, and so they do, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. It's about your boundaries. Setting those boundaries. Don't be fearful of your boundaries. Don't be scared of your boundaries. Don't allow anyone to hold you back. And you're standing up for yourself now, knowing and willing to stand up for yourself, because you recognizing your own self-worth and learning to love yourself. It may have been that in your childhood boundaries were crossed, and it's hard to distinguish when your boundaries are being crossed now. Let's go in with this. Playfulness. This is about your childhood as well. Playfulness. This is a reminder to not take things too seriously and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. This is about being a little bit more lighthearted, You know, don't allow I want you to gain more independence for yourself here. This is beautiful. Let's see what your angel number is. The Nine of Cups is also reminding me, whatever you're wishing or you're calling in at this time, it will come to fruition. Whether there was a disruption before, this disruption will break away. And it's all about give and take, equal give and take, and charity work. Some of you might be into doing some charity work, but this is also telling me transformation. Wow, I'll go into this in a minute. This is you understanding and having a deep knowing that you've done all you could in a situation. But you know, the more you give, the more you receive. But if there's no equal give and take, you recognize, whether it's finances, emotions, effort, you know, you have to put in your boundaries. Your wishes and desires are coming true here. Now, your angel number, 1919. Remember, if you take the affirmations and claim these readings, don't forget to hit a like, subscribe, and a comment below. Thank you again for being here with me. So your angels are whispering, it is asked that you take notice that you hold within your hands the power to change your life. Within this realization, you will feel your sense of purpose and your connection to a new beginning. So there are new beginnings coming in for you, my beautiful, beautiful Gemini. And your affirmation here today is, I release what I no longer need to carry, and I open myself to the transformative energy of the divine. Now repeat after me. I release what I no longer need to carry, and I open myself to the transformative energy of the divine. Now, I hope that's been helpful, and thank you so much for joining me here today. I really appreciate you, and now take care. Bye.